Well, greetings and welcome to another thrilling adventure of the Planetary Persuader. And I am Cosmic Kev, your host, and it is so nice to have you with me today. This is the show for March 22nd, 2019. So, March 22nd, 2019, what do we got going on? So, we're in a waning moon period. That means the moon's shrinking. And today the moon's in Shitara Nakshatra. So Shitara Nakshatra is, it's half in Virgo, half in Libra, in that part of the sky. It's a little more in Libra today. And it's considered to be the shining jewel. Ruled by Mars, its ruling deity is Vashtar or Vishvakarma, the celestial architect. So that celestial architect has this knowledge, and one of the symbols is a pearl. Because Mars can be kind of an irritating planet, and Mercury and Venus aren't all about pretty different from Mars. They're more like each other in Virgo and Libra in some ways. But Shitra, the pearl, through irritation and stuff and motivation. These are motivated, tough people. Mahatma Gandhi had things in his chart with this moon where it's at particularly today, and so it's a really good day for doing art and stuff, and it's a Venus day, and the moon's in Libra. The moon's going to be in Western astrology, is going to go into Scorpio at 7:16 p.m. So Scorpio moon, but it's a very powerful Venus day today as far as that goes. But in speaking of Venus is going into Pisces on Tuesday at 12:43 p.m. So Tuesday we're going to have Venus out of Aquarius into Pisces, and that is going to inspire more creativity and more imagination. Water signs are great at imagination, and so this is in the tropical zodiac, a good place, and as it goes on, it'll get closer to where it's really good for art and stuff. And beyond that, we really don't. We have Mercury going direct this week. That's the other good news. 6:59 a.m. on Thursday the 28th. So Thursday the 28th, Mercury goes direct, and so. You won't have any like new Mercury problems to deal with, but still enter everything very consciously and slowly. Don't just go in anything irrationally. I mean, this isn't really necessarily the time to take a gamble, especially for most of us. And I think collectively, at least in the area I'm from, we've gone through a major crisis, and it's going to take a couple of years to get over the whole PTSD of it, let alone rebuild communities that were lost. And so if you're wherever you're watching this from, thanks for being here, and there's no judgment. Everyone is everyone, every single sign. So don't trip too hard. So greetings, Aries, and welcome to your horoscope this week. Well, I mean, one thing I heard about in Vedic astrology is that this part of the sky where Mars is about to move into the Kritika Nakshatra, which is part Aries, sidereal Aries, and part sidereal Taurus. So, so there's going to be this kind of like heated up, because it's ruled by the sun, and just very blunt about what's wrong with the world sometimes, but also willing in some ways to improve things too. They're very sincere people, but they're sometimes cutting, because the symbol is a razor for this part of Mars, and it's really just important to have a light, and it can really give you an increased appetite. You want to work out. It's legendary of the Kartikiyas that are like celestial warriors. It's from the Pleiades. It's also a really, really good place when the moon goes there too. But that's not really happening so much this week, because that'll be a couple weeks from now. And we're going to have moon in Sagittarius late Sunday night. And so for Aries, greetings Aries once again, to welcome to your horoscope. Moon and Jupiter are going to come together over Sunday, Monday, and it's going to be a good feeling. It's going to bring a lot of good fortune. It's going to make for a really nice Monday. And even Sunday, the vibe will be good. So, just keep moving forward, work with your finances. Try to do things slowly, though, because there's a lot of sudden shifts, so don't put all your eggs in one basket. And just be aware of where you're at, and make your home a better place, make your workplace, use your intuitive talents as well as discipline. You're going to make it. All right. Water time. Greetings, Taurus. Welcome to your horoscope. So, this shift of Venus on Tuesday is kind of like a big deal for you, because we go from the second house, which is very sensual and makes you want to eat a lot and buy things maybe you don't necessarily need, but you're going to do it because you want a thing, and so or submit to some sensual pleasures that are just like, I don't know. So it's a different kind of situation, And not everybody is going to be, completely honest or frank with you. This weekend looks pretty romantic. Saturday, Sunday, Moon will be in your 7th house. That seems like a fun place to have it. Like it's going to be a really great Saturday and Sunday for you. And you have to allow other people to do things for you at times. That's part of this Jupiter 8th house transit. It's like allowing other people to help you. It's going to help you. Okay. Now, greetings, Gemini. Welcome to your horoscope. So, what needs to happen at this point is just recognition of what you're thankful for. About your partner, about a career you might just be getting into, your job, and just incorporating that gratitude. And if you're in a good partnership, be grateful. Not everybody has that, and well, wouldn't it be a nice world if everybody who wanted it had that? There you go. But whatever is what is, and there's changes. Change is afoot, and you're finding your voice still. And with that finding your voice, there's also like this need to really get into meditation more, quiet things down, let other people do as much work for you that you can keep your peace. You may have to get in debt a little bit, but try to just keep everything as modest as possible, and you'll be okay. Everything's going to be all right. Okay. So greetings, Cancer. Welcome to your horoscope. So part of you, I've talked about this, has like the desire that has no bottom. Moon in Scorpio this weekend. It's your 5th house. This is a very creative house for you. So that's also heart opening. If you have female children, I would pay attention to them a lot. If you are in a place where you're launching off a creative project, maybe to make money, it's a really good time for that, and that your luck and good fortune is in a better place this weekend. That's not to encourage like risk taking or anything, but put in a spiritual place of gratitude and whatnot, you'll pretty much get what you need. Your social life's a little bit, it's a little bit high charge. Sometimes having a little bit of introspection doesn't hurt. It's easy to get overexcited, and just keep everything stable. Maybe partnership situations are under a lot more stress, and you want to be able to encourage relaxing. Okay, so greetings, Leo. Welcome to your horoscope. So I said Monday, Tuesday, very good days for you. And for this week, and so, and now that the sun's in a fire sign, you probably feel like kind of relieved. It's like you're not all dampened down by all that water. Because water's kind of like the enemy of fire. In a lot of ways. In some ways, Leo, Aries, and Scorpio all have this kind of alliance going, or similarities, in different respects. So, even in a water sign, there's some appreciation of motivation. and, But right now, it's your midheaven's got Uranus and Mars. So at work, things could be really kind of crazy and dicey. And so, and you're trying to do things really independently, or maybe you have more responsibilities that were suddenly put on you. And it's the good side is your leadership qualities are showing, and your ability to kind of resist some sort of storm. Continue to work on health issues that are long-standing, and you're bound to have some kind of improvement. Okay. Well, greetings, Virgo. Welcome to your horoscope. So here we are. It's it's never too late to have a happy life, they say. And right now you have like all these partnership issues kind of coming up with Mercury and Neptune there, and it's like you're willing to be alone. And I think if you really evolve, you understand how love is like a drug for you, and so sometimes just holding back is a very peaceful thing to do, and because you want a relationship this time that really feels right, and I completely understand that. So there is this creative bliss, that's coming up, but you have to work for it, and you have to kind of navigate a balance, a delicate balance. And I think helping others, being grateful, those two things, just those two things, helping others, being grateful, and allowing others to help you. I'll make it 3. Because, and that humbleness, that taking it in, that's all 3 of that is reciprocating good karma and circulating good karma, allowing it to circulate in your life. And that'll help. And, I would say, your better days are going to be on Wednesday and Thursday, and even Friday won't be too bad either. But Wednesday, Thursday, Friday morning, it should be really sweet for you. Well, greetings, Libra. Welcome to your horoscope. So, Aries time is a focus more on your 7th house. And the 7th house has a sun in it right now. And so, it's like the sun is putting its light on you as, an ideal partner. What's an ideal mate? And, what is the soul of a mate or a romantic partnership you're involved with. Now, Uranus and Mars are in the 8th house. So there's really lots of unconventional ideas about sexuality and whatnot going through this. And there's still, with Venus and Neptune and Mercury retrograde, well, goes direct later on, but maybe this is a week where you can turn around health issues for the better, and have better health. And that's something we want for you. And, in the home front, you're getting a lot of hits from Pluto and Saturn. So it's like, what issues with my parents do I need to address, my family, I need to fix some real estate I have, or a car, those type of things. Well, greetings Scorpio, and welcome to your horoscope. So, we're beginning this weekend by Friday night. Moon goes into Scorpio, so, you're kind of like the flavor of the weekend. So it's sort of intense, but it's cooler, maybe raining, maybe, it's a good planting moon too. So if anybody's got anything to, plant, especially if it's like carrots or radishes, beets, some of these underground crops, they're going to do really well on the Scorpio moon. So heads up on that. And so there's this, Scorpio's key phrase is I create, and so there is an imagination, there's an innovation, there's an art associated with that sign. And it tends to evoke deep things. And right now we've got Venus, Neptune, and Mercury all in the fifth house, and that can be heart opening, it can be romance, it can be a sense of good fortune and a renewed loving spirituality, and using it as a means to just have a better attitude about life. It helps. And working on health issues yourself, just trying to get everything upright in the right place, the right way. Relationship issues, that they're kind of unpredictable right now, open enemies, and it's easy for anybody to be mad at anybody. And to change a culture is, it's a difficult undertaking, because it's always asking for change of what they're used to, and some of the practices they're doing is, painful to other people. So it's like, how can we lead somebody into less violent behavior in a way that's also less violent? Yeah, that is it. Okay, greetings Sagittarius. Moon's going to be in your sign Monday, Tuesday, basically, and so, those days you're going to be much more empowered. You're going to be wanting to move forward. You attract good people. One thing about this Jupiter transiting your first house is like good people come into your life. And as Jupiter is going to go retrograde in a few weeks, there's going to be this just period where you're just going to have to internalize spiritual good fortune in a lot of ways. Let that inner light that actually creates a radiance in you take over. And I'm sure there's varying opinions on techniques of doing this, but something that feels light and freeing and not hurting anybody. And you're in a more introspective place right now. You kind of have this feeling like, everything happens at home. I almost want to stay home. Or you're having issues to deal with housing or real estate or parents. Maybe you're doing research on your ancestry. That could be really big right now for you. But you're doing creative stuff too. It's like your heart is like, yeah, this is my time of year where I bust out, where I start writing songs again, painting pictures, getting involved in theater, whatever it is that you like to do. You can surprise yourself. It's really important to be cautious while you're exercising, because you've got a lot of energy, but there is this tendency sometimes to be, things can get kind of accidental, and so we don't want to, create accidents, we just don't want to be chilled out, as much as possible. And you can't take anything personal other people do. Sometimes people are just randomly mad at a day, and it's not. Yeah, it could be past life karma, but don't, just don't take it personal. And shine on. Capricorn, welcome to your horoscope. So, for Capricorn right now, it's about timing. Timing is everything. and using your insights too to build something that can withstand time. That is like my positive affirmation of like Pluto and Saturn together. Some people can kind of freak out, and yeah, you can't be an ostrich. There's stuff happening out there that isn't always good, but you can't usually change things by fighting it. At least it's pretty inefficient. The best way to do it is to present a better example of living and be that. And you create more trusting environment, more openness, more loving, and looking for opportunities to cooperate where we can move forward, but not based on fear, but based on hope. That's a different kind of. It's a completely different kind of feel. Because so many things are motivated by fear, and you don't need that. And Capricorn relationship stuff. There's a lot of personal things that have changed in your personal life that you're needing to adjust to. There might be some help by just doing a lot of research, looking for information, sharing information. The communications field might have some opportunities for you right now. And there's also a lot of love in your heart. And I don't know. All right. So, greetings Aquarius. Welcome to your horoscope. This is the last weekend for you to rock your Venus in Aquarius. Because come Tuesday, it's Tuesday afternoon. Tuesday afternoon. It's like a Moody Blues song. 12:43. Okay, at 12:43 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, Venus leaves you, goes into your second house. So you might get this like urge to get some luxury item, but like doing mantras or singing spiritual songs would be like a really high thing to do. Maybe like a more getting dental work done that you kind of need to have done. That would be super merciful to the self. So that's not a bad idea either. There might be you might be making a sudden move too. You might be moving or relocating all of a sudden because of the Mars and Uranus thing. So if you had your house for sale or whatever, there could be a bidding war. Things are getting nuts out there right now. I'm just like going, oh boy, but something's about to change. There's people working on good stuff. All right, well, as we're wrapping them up here, greetings Pisces, welcome to your horoscope. We've got Mercury, Neptune, Venus right there, first house. So in a way, even though the Sun's in Aries now in the second house, it's like those three planets are still grabbing a lot of attention, and Venus moves into Pisces on Tuesday. So but I think you'll be feeling it build up through the weekend, through the Scorpio moon, and just even those lower degrees, those higher degrees rather of Aquarius. It's like you go from being kind of like social and distant to this place where there's finally a surrender where I need intimacy, and like Pisces has that emotional embrace too of going deep, and so we can look forward to some of that, your gift. If you have like vehicles, or just starting to get out on your bike, or your car needs running, this is a really good time to look at car repairs, things like that. Show off your talents and skills. You've got a lot right now. Social life, things might be a little bit crazy in some ways, and so just keep it calm. I'm like, it's like, I think that things will be good. You're going to enjoy the weekend, and by the time we get to next week, we'll have moon in your sun, and we'll be looking at a whole new moon and a whole new something or other. So thanks for being with me. We're going to do this again next week. Share this with a friend. Cosmic Kev here. Planetary Persuader, thank you so much for being with me.